Sometimes I'm really lucky in my job because I get to get my hands on a beautiful piece of fishing tackle, and this is what I've got here today. It's absolutely hammering it down as we came to do a feature at the wonderful Lindome Lake. So they've kindly allowed us to sit here in the Angler's Arms and talk to you about our brand new CENTRIS SD reels. These reels are absolutely incredible. The CENTRIS range of reels has been so popular for such a long time. When we first brought them out, it was a real game changer for Preston Innovations with reels. It was proof that we had come to the party when it came to reels because the performance level is out of this world. These are our top of the range reels, right? But they're not exactly blow away cost. They're a really cost effective but amazingly good reel. I think that's why they've been so popular to you guys out there. It's probably the reel I see most on the bank, particularly on a lot of commercial fisheries. It's been so good that for a long time, we kind of haven't had to change it. We haven't had to improve it, or we haven't had to develop it because it was such a great reel. And it continues to be a great reel. With anything, we're always looking at things that we can tweak and just make that little bit better. But with the CENTRIS reels, they're so good. We had to keep so many of the key features and then obviously try to make some tweaks that we felt could be better for you guys. So first of all, let's just have a little look at the design. I mean, these reels look absolutely beautiful, super smart, really trendy reels. So if you're into something that looks the part, these certainly do. I mean, I'm just looking at these here today thinking, wow, what a great piece of fishing tackle, particularly because I know how reliable they are. For me, that is the key thing for any reel. I need reliability and something that works and does the perfect job all the time, because this is your connection from you to the fish. This is how you're going to bring the fish to you, is using your reel. So you need something super reliable. Another popular feature of these reels was always this nickel titanium bail arm. Now, your bail arm, it needs a little bit of flexibility. First of all, you don't want a big chunky bail arm if you've got a super stylish reel. You want something that's going to be lightweight, but this nickel titanium is great because if it gets bent or damaged, you can just effectively move it back. But look, you can see it's got the flexibility. It's not a bail arm that's just going to snap and crack off or damage easily at all. It's great, and it doesn't collect loads of crap on it like a thicker one does as well. So a really smart feature of our reels is those nickel titanium bail arms. Great piece. The thing that we felt that we could slightly improve on these reels was the clutch. Now, or the drag, depends what you refer to. I like to call it the clutch, but of course the drag is also. That's why these have been called CENTRIS SD, because we've added a speed drag on top. So let me give you an example. With an old CENTRIS reel, if you had the clutch set, so you can see there it was free moving, it'd probably take you 3 or 4 twists to tighten it right up. So you've got a lot of different ranges of setting, and you'd find yourself twisting and not really knowing what you're doing. Am I twisting it the right way? That sort of thing. With the speed drag, it's totally different. So if I lock it up there, so it's locked up, effectively it's as tight as it can go. 1/2 a turn, and we've got effectively a free running drag, which is great. You know, if you go even further, it's just literally line to come off almost like a bait runner. So within 3/4, you've gone from like locked to bait runner, if you like. Now, in between, if I turn it sort of halfway, obviously I'd get the line coming off the reel really freely. So often I might have it set like that big bite, obviously the line coming off the reel, I'm not going to get broke by the fish, but literally just a little tweak and I'm back under control. What we didn't want is to be twisting it lots of times. And we've played with this a lot. You know, did we want it to be a 1/4 turn? Did we want it to be a 1/2 turn? But no, look, if I show you locked there out, and if I turn that round to probably 3/4, I'd say that is as loose as you're ever having it. So literally in that movement, you've got all the settings. Each click is almost like a different setting, which is absolutely brilliant. For me, that's a really key feature. And we've been testing these. There's 2 or 3 of us been testing these now for, got to be 18 months at least, and they've been brilliant. The drag's been absolutely fantastic. In fact, I hate it when I've had to go out and not use them in front of the cameras. They've been that good. So a really, really nice feature of this reel. Of course, with any CENTRIS reels, we've got lots of features that we've kept. First of all, These are all worm-driven reels, right? Worm shaft driven, which means they're super reliable. You get a brilliant line lay every time, and they don't let you down. That's one thing that I haven't wanted in the past. I haven't wanted a reel that's going to let me down. I need something that's going to have the power to wind in. If I hook into a fish, sometimes I need to just be able to wind in. If I'm winding in a feeder a long way, if I'm winding my float in and out all the time, I need something that's super reliable and not going to let me down. It's so smooth. The reels are so smooth when you're coming in and out. Really easy to use, not something that I'm cranking on all the time. We've got the collapsible handle, so look, literally just a push button handle that I can collapse like that. That's a great feature on these reels, really nice, something that we've added to these reels. On the old CENTRIS, we didn't have that function. Now we have literally just a push button release on the handle, folds the handle flat for packing away, no unscrewing here at the back. Great feature of those reels, very, very nice, just to literally click out your handle of your reel and be ready to go. Something, like I say, that we've added. We've also added that on the double handle. Of course, with CENTRIS reels, we've given you the choice. Do you want a single or a double handle? Myself, I'm a single handle man. Some people love the double handle. Doesn't matter which one you want, you've got that quick release on the handle there, so you can just pack whatever it is away and get back out fishing whenever you need to. Less faffing about. Really good. And I will say as well, super rigid, nice and stiff handle there, which I think is really important. You don't sort of want something wobbling about. I've also noticed with CENTRIS, and I've seen this against other reels, we've got like a slightly rubberized handle, which is brilliant. When I'm fishing and I'm using my handle all the time, don't want my fingers slipping off this handle. Obviously want to be able to grip it and just wind in. I hate it when I'm slipping off or not grabbing it properly. That slightly rubberized handle is a beautiful feature of CENTRIS reels, which means you're in control the whole time, and it's nice and comfortable when you're fishing all day. You don't want something that's just going to be basically rubbing and wearing on your hands. You want something that's going to basically be able to grip and use really nicely. Of course, CENTRIS reels have a quick release spool at the top, so literally just press the button and your spool comes off. You want to change spools, you have a bit of a disaster, whatever happens, that push button for me is amazing. That's not on all of our Preston Innovations reels, that's just on these CENTRIS's, and it's something that I absolutely love whenever I use a CENTRIS. It's a great feature, just having that simple push button at the top that allows me to take the spool off there. Of course, the reels come with a spare spool, so you get 2 spools within the reel, and we get like a really nice gear ratio. We've worked hard to make sure that our reels aren't over geared. So effectively we've got a 5-to-1, which means, you know, if you're getting 1 turn, effectively you get 5 turns around the spool. If you set that too high and it tries to wind in too fast, you're gonna, basically the reel's not gonna be able to cope with it. It's almost gonna pull you into the water. You need something that winds your feeder in or your float in and just you're in control of the whole time. So really, again, a nice feature of what I consider a very nice lightweight reel. There's a big capacity on the spools. These take, I mean, at different sizes, they take different amounts. So just to give you an example, we've got 3 sizes in the range. So we've got a 320, 420, 520. On the 320, you can get 150 meters of 023. That's 6 pound sinking feeder mono. That's the capacity. As you go up in size, you can get 150 meters of 026 on the 420, and you can get more than 150 meters of the 026, probably 028 on the 520. So there's a big capacity on there if you want plenty of line on your reel, but what's really nice is they're not super deep. So what you don't have to do is add 100 meters of back in before you start chucking your line on your reel. You can literally start filling these reels up with the line. If you're using really thin line, put a little bit of backing on. But if you're using like 5, 6, 7, 8 pound line straight on your reel, no problem at all. So as you can see, these CENTRIS SD reels are the next level for CENTRIS reels. We know how popular they've been with you guys before. They've got all those brilliant features. They've got those additional bonuses on there as well. There's nothing not to like. I'm sure these will be a mega popular reel and super reliable for you when you're out on the bank.